Level 1. The girl. You are 6 years old when your mother dies. Not dramatically, not the way death happens in films. Last words, held hands, a room full of grief. She dies quietly, in a hospital bed that smells like antiseptic and other people's endings. The main thing you remember is that her hand was still warm when they told you she was gone. You hold that detail for years. The warmth. The fact that the body doesn't know yet. Your father works construction 6 days a week. He is a good man who has been broken into a tired man, and the difference between those two things is your mother's absence. He does his best. His best is not enough. These are both true simultaneously, and neither cancels the other. When you are 9, he brings home a woman named Sandra. Her son Marcus moves into the room beside yours. Sandra's discipline arrives quietly. Never hard enough to leave a mark, always precise enough to remind you of your position. The moment your father walks in, she becomes patient and loving, and exhausted in a way that fools him completely. He looks at you across the dinner table sometimes. His eyes contain a sentence he never speaks aloud. Then he looks back at his plate. Marcus gets worse every year, a shadow under your door at night. That particular kind of patience that certain people mistake for affection. Wait until you are 18, he tells you once. I am patient. You find an abandoned railway underpass at the edge of the industrial quarter. Dark, damp, nobody uses it. That is the only quality that matters. You bring crime novels and detective thrillers and true accounts of killers. The darkness on those pages is calming because it has names and rules and logic. Home has none of these things. In your second year, you chalk a circle on the concrete wall. You practice throwing until your arm gives out, then throw more. Center from 12 feet, then 16, then 20. You don't know you're training. You think you're surviving. There's a difference. You'll spend years learning it. You finish school. College isn't possible financially. You are still looking for work when your 18th birthday arrives.
Level 2. The threshold. Marcus has been counting down out loud for 2 years. By noon, you are already at the underpass. You hear them at 3:15. 2 sets of footsteps. Marcus first, his friend Dre behind him, 6 feet, heavy across the shoulders. Marcus grabs your waist and puts his mouth on yours. The disgust moves through you like a current. You drive your knee hard into his groin. He folds. Dre's fist catches your cheekbone. His boot connects with your ribs and you go back 10 feet and your skull hits the wall. The lights go out. You come back in pieces. Cold concrete, muffled sounds, pressure on your legs, fingers at your waistband. You snap awake. Your hand finds the folding knife in your jacket pocket. You open it by feel and slide the blade into the side of Marcus's neck in one motion. Dre lets go. He looks at Marcus. He runs for the exit screaming, "Police! Police!" 12 feet. You have been hitting that mark since you were 15. The knife leaves your hand and finds the back of his skull before he reaches the exit. He goes down and does not move. You don't let your brain catch up. You wipe the blade, strip your jacket, collect every item that belongs to you. Your DNA is already here, but forensics take days. You have a window.
Then you walk home. Sandra asks where Marcus is without looking up from the television. Your heart stops for exactly 1 second. You say you haven't seen him. You pack in 4 minutes. $43, 3 books, and from the back of the sock drawer, your mother's silver bracelet, the one with the bird charm. You put it in your inside pocket. It will stay there for 9 years. You leave your father a 6-line note in his work jacket. Not an explanation. There's no version of the truth that doesn't destroy him. Just the fact of your departure. The fact that you love him. The instruction not to look for you. Then you drop your SIM card off a canal bridge. Every trace of who you were. Gone. That's what you think. You don't yet understand that you cannot drop a SIM card on who you were. You find Ray through a neighborhood connection. Ray runs cocaine, heroin, and meth across 3 boroughs. You tell him you want to meet the Don. He laughs. You say you want to be a hitman. He laughs harder. Then the door comes off the frame. 2 men, a snub-nosed revolver, a blade. Former workers of Ray's, fired when their heroin habit made them useless. Now, out of everything. The revolver sweeps toward Ray. Neither man looks at you twice, just a girl. You see the iron padlock on the storage room door to your left. You say, "There is more product in the drawer in front of you." The revolver swings toward it. You say the lock is stiff. The gunman crosses the room and reaches past you. You take the padlock off the hook and hit him across the back of the skull. He drops. The revolver hits the floor. You pick it up. The knife man comes toward you slowly, eyes on the gun, working out whether you actually know how to use it. You shoot him. First time holding a gun. The recoil throws your aim and the round hits him in the lower abdomen instead of the leg. He sits down against the wall. Then he lies down. Ray makes the call. An hour later, a cleanup crew arrives. One of them hands you a phone. 4 words. "Come and see me." Here is what you don't know yet. You are not being recruited. You are being purchased. The distinction will cost you 3 years to understand and the rest of your life to live with. Level 3, the compound. The ship takes 9 days. No windows, sealed compartment. Women from Angola, Mexico, Ukraine, Brazil. Nobody discusses destination. You learn later that not knowing where you're going is an architectural feature, not an oversight. The facility is in Belarus, converted Soviet military compound outside Minsk. 45 women at intake. They strip you of everything: clothes, name, documents, your mother's bracelet. That last one lands differently than the rest. You meet 2 people in the first week. Irina, dry humor that appears from nowhere like a flare gun fired in a dark room. And Amara, from Sudan, 22. Her parents received $300 and 5 sacks of rice for her enrollment. She tells you this once, without drama, the way you report weather. The 3 of you eat together when the schedule allows. Not a decision, it just happens. Over 3 years, they teach you everything: firearms, discipline, languages, operational tradecraft. 3 girls never make it through the program. They are not taken to the medical block. In year 2, Irina steals a keycard. The 3 of you find the administrative files in a back office that smells like cigarettes and old paper. You read them twice before the full meaning arrives. The facility isn't training operatives, it's selling them. The debt is a fiction designed to keep you moving toward a finish line that has been removed. You look at each other across the table in the dark. Nobody speaks for a long time. 45 have become 21 by final assessment. They drop you onto an island at midnight. No weapons, no rations, just the open cargo door of a plane at 4,000 feet. You hit the ground hard, on your feet in 90 seconds. You improvise tools from what the jungle provides. You find high ground, a rock shelf above the canopy, and go still. 7 minutes. Movement below. The rest is clinical and fast, and you don't let your brain name what you're doing while you're doing it. At sunrise, you find Irina. She hangs from a tree near the northern ridge, displayed, not fallen. Your stomach drops through the floor. Then you notice the word carved into the bark beside her: Kovac. 1 name, 1 admission, 1 promise. You run. You find Amara in a clearing seconds too late. You drop beside her and try to stop the bleeding with your hands, as though pressure could reverse what's already been decided. She grabs your wrist. She presses her intake tag into your palm. Her hand slips away. You look up. A woman stands on the ridge, watching, smiling with the precise satisfaction of someone who has been anticipating this moment. You look at the tag in your hand. You open the file drawer at the back of your mind, the one where you store everything that matters, and you file Kovac's face there, deep, permanent, retrievable. You board the helicopter with Amara's tag in your fist and watch the island disappear. You make one decision on that helicopter, quietly, the way you make every real decision. Let no one in again, ever. It is the decision that makes you effective. It is also the decision that makes you lonely. Level 4, the work. First assignment, Cairo. The target is an arms broker named Samir Khalil. 4 previous attempts, never uses the same exit twice. You spend 4 days watching before you do anything else. You get a job as a linen contractor in his hotel. You learn the guard's schedule. You learn that Khalil orders the same herbal tea every night at 10:30, regardless of what name he checks in under. Some people are disciplined in 100 ways and sentimental in one. The sentimental one is always the door. On the 5th night, you are already in the room when the tea arrives. You're through the service corridor before the sirens start 2 streets away. Flight to Istanbul before midnight. Mint tea at a cafe as the city discovers what you've done. 12 assignments, 4 continents, 2 years. The debt clears. Or rather, the fiction of the debt is retired. They hand you to the dawn. Reyes is in trouble. 3 rivals have spent 18 months bleeding him. He slides a list across the table. 12 names, 6 months. Vienna, Nairobi, Seoul, Sao Paulo. You are thorough not because they require it, but because careless work is an insult to the architecture of the thing, and you have never been able to do anything halfway. 12 names, 0 loose ends. Reyes rises back undisputed. He tells no one about you. Not a name, not a gender. The streets piece together the pattern from the residue, the consistency, the cleanliness, the absence of signature, and give you a name. The White Death. Nobody knows if you're a man or a woman, a country or an organization. You are a result that precedes an explanation. You buy a villa outside Lisbon. White walls, Atlantic view, 4 assignments a year, 2 million each. You have everything. When sleep doesn't come, it isn't the assignments that find you. It's your mother combing your hair before school. The warmth of her hand after they'd said she was gone. Amara's hand going still. Irina at the tree line. A chalk circle on a concrete wall in a city you can't go back to. You wake and wait for it to pass. It always passes. It never stops coming back. You keep Amara's intake tag in your inside pocket, where the bracelet used to be. Level 5. The Reckoning. A package arrives at the villa one morning. No return address, no postage mark you can trace. Inside is your mother's silver bracelet, the bird charm, the one stripped from you at intake 9 years ago. You hold it for a long time. Attached is a note, 4 words. Still thinking about her? Kovac. For the first time in years, something moves in your chest that you cannot name and cannot stop. She found you. She kept it all this time, not for sentiment. Kovac has no sentiment, but for leverage. She knew the bracelet would do what 9 years of operational exposure couldn't. Make you feel like the girl who lost everything. You dig into the shadows with both hands. The Belarus facility is still running. New intake, new girls, same compound, same architecture of debt. Kovac was never a trainee who stayed to instruct. She built it, owned it. Every girl who never came home traces back to her signature. You build charges in the Lisbon kitchen. You move through the compound on a moonless October night from memory. Your own memory of being inside those walls, of sleeping in that wing, of learning what obedience looks like when it's the only option. You place the charges, step outside the wire, press the detonator. 4 explosions, 8 seconds apart. The last one takes the main building completely. You watch from a ridge and feel something you haven't felt in a very long time. Not peace, but the shape of the place where peace used to be. The bounty appears 72 hours later, $5 million. The White Death, open contract. Signed, Kovac. She survived. Of course she did. Kovac has been surviving things since before you were someone to fear. You don't run. You plant false signals across 7 cities. 7 contractors follow the thread. None of them go home. You are hunting by being hunted, and you are very good at being hunted because you are better at hunting. You plant the 8th signal in Sarajevo. This one is for Kovac specifically. She'll know it, that's the point. Level 6, the Revenge. You are on a rooftop, 40 floors above the city. Scope set, 3 days of patience behind you. On the 4th morning, the perimeter sensor fires. One soft beep, your heartbeat slows. Not from fear, from recognition. You look through the scope. A woman stands in the street below. Not hiding, not taking cover, not performing any version of caution. Looking directly at your window. The way you might look at a door you've been waiting to open, the smirk, still there. 9 years and it's exactly the same. She raises her hand, hanging from her fingers, a silver chain, a tiny bird charm catching the morning light. For the first time since you were 18 years old, your hands shake. Through the scope, Kovac mouths 4 words. Come and get it. She turns and walks away, slowly, without looking back. The walk of a person who is certain you will follow. Here is what you know. This is bait. The bracelet, the bounty, the direct eye contact, Sarajevo, all of it is architecture. The same architecture they taught you, designed to make you move towards something on someone else's terms. Kovac is not afraid of you. She is using your grief as a leash. Here is what you also know. Amara's hand going still. Arena at the tree line. 45 women becoming 21. New intake. New girls. The same compound with the same debt that never ends. You set down the rifle. Leave it on the floor. Stand up. You put your hand in your inside pocket and feel the intake tag, still there. You've carried it for 9 years the way other people carry photographs. A name for what you owe. You reach for the door. Not because Kovac has won, because you made a decision on a helicopter 9 years ago. Let no one in, ever again. And you've kept it perfectly. At the cost of everything. And the only thing that costs more than that decision is following Kovac into the street angry and blind. You are not the girl from the underpass anymore, but you are going to end this on your terms, in your time. You walk down the stairs and into the Sarajevo morning. The air is cold and specific, the way air is in cities with long memories. You keep your hands loose. You keep your breathing even. You file the smirk and the bracelet and the 4 words into the back drawer where you put Kovac's face 9 years ago. Deep, permanent, retrievable. You step onto the street. The hardest kill isn't the one that requires the most skill. It's the one you cannot afford to want too badly. You already want this one too badly. That's the variable. That's the danger. That's the thing Kovac knows and is counting on. You knew all of this before you stood up. You stood up anyway. Some debts don't care how clearly you see them. Some doors you walk through knowing they may close behind you. She owed you a bracelet. You owe her an ending. One of you will collect.